Welcome to Reanimation, the series that looks at some of your favourite games, the ingenuity behind beautiful effects, and how to achieve it in your own projects. I'm your host Doug, and this venture is covering decals, mesh decals, and ways that game artists can fake additional geometry, add artistic details, and even blend surfaces together. When you think of decals, you're probably inclined to think of dynamic bullet holes and blood splatters in games, but that's only scratching the surface. Whether it's puddles, graffiti, or just cracks on the wall, decals are a simple way to project directly onto surfaces. Projective decals are great for additions that can be done in the engine stage of development. However, the biggest pitfall with these is that they aren't as flexible and as precise as you sometimes might need to add smaller details to a mesh. And adding too many could come with a price of performance. Mesh decals, however, are decals that have been added during the asset creation stage, as floating geometry that can help break up the repetition of your texture, or by adding additional details in a simple, easy-to-edit approach. Let's go through some examples of these now, and go through their development process. This example from Red Dead Redemption 2 shows the sign near Emerald Ranch. If we take this camera into noclip, we can see that the dirt buildup around the signpost is simply a mesh decal. You can see the same effect across multiple of their previous titles. It's present around wall seams in GTA 5, as well as in the same way for GTA 4. As you can see, it's a simple and effective way to achieve this effect, and its close proximity to the mesh means that alpha overdraw is rarely an issue as well. Cyberpunk 2077 is another title that uses mesh decals to good effect, but in a very different way. As most of the objects in Cyberpunk are very sleek and modern, a lot of the decal work in Cyberpunk is normal based, to give micro details to meshes that would be inefficient to add with additional geometry and unfeasible to consider making a unique baked texture for each of these insignificant objects. You can see the normal decals in these examples. However, Cyberpunk 2077 also makes great use of mesh decals for things such as prop damage and edge wear, as well as just stickers and other environmental details. Medium has a good article on edge wear decals and using skirts, a similar method to hide seams with geometry that blends the textures together. It gives a good look into a before and after of how much of an improvement they can make to your assets. Another good application for mesh decals can be to add small corner details such as welding marks on objects where a tiling texture would be preferable over a specifically tailored texture from something such as Substance Painter. Let's use this technique to add dirt and wear to the sign for Dougville in a similar manner to Red Dead Redemption 2. As you can see, it's usually as simple as duplicating faces from the model, moving them around and manipulating them a bit, before applying a texture.